Three,
Oh,
two,
oh.
one, we're recording. Welcome
Who's
to Thursday
this
Night
famous
Report.
lady? Who's this
Check
famous
that out.
lady right here?
Check that out. Hey, so that's my book for edition. It actually came out on the 28th, which was yesterday. Joni got hers too. Hey, so here's what I need you guys to do. Apparently, we need 15 reviews. Yay, book edition. I love this. We need 15 reviews on Amazon to qualify for best-selling. So we at least need to get that. So I'm just going to tell you, it's a 5-star, amazing read. You have never read anything, right? It is a fun read. We've got 4 reviews so far. Please, everybody, jump on. Doris has got hers. I'm very proud of you guys. Thank you very much. Did you review more? No, you cannot review more than once. That wouldn't make sense. And they also don't let you from your own email. Like, I can't write a review. Amazon's very particular about this. So it needs to be, and I don't know if you have to buy it. I think it says that you bought it there because there's other places that you could technically buy something. Does it have to be from Amazon? I don't know the answer to that.
I don't think you have to buy it, but they are very smart and they know who you are and where you're coming from when you write the review.
Absolutely.
Right. So, Chris, they actually know your IP. They're very, very technical about that. So you just don't log it. You know, if they're more particular. It's actually the IP from your computer. That's how detailed they are.
Well, I have a question in regards to that.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about the IP address, and someone that's a techie would probably know the answer. But, I mean, I have my phone, I have my laptop, I have an iPad, and I have a desktop. Do each one have a separate IP address, or is the IP address given from your router?
That's a great question. Don't know the answer to that. And you can't do it from a single computer. They don't let you do that. They're very particular. Amazon is really all about customer service. And then it's also you have to have different accounts at Amazon. So I don't need to, let's just do this right.
Got it.
So
Yes.
I'm going to get 15. If I can't get 15 people, I need to go home.
That's a really good cover.
Yeah, it isn't a good cover. It turns out to be a nice cover, and it feels good. It's my first real book like that that's all by myself. And I will tell you, I think Morgan James did a great idea. Working on my next book cover, and I could use some advice. So this one, I talked to my ghostwriter about the Jack LaLanne book. I think we're going to call it You Don't Know Jack, about juicing for your health. Thank you, Brianna, love that. About my life with Jack LaLanne. And it's not just my life. That's not the subtitle. It's about health, wealth, and longevity. And somebody mentioned, and I'm not a graphic artist. I'm trying to get the picture in my head. But it might be a picture of me with this outline of Jack behind it as this mentor. Because he had a very iconic pose where he had his hands on his hips. And it's interesting. If you go to, see, Jose, I don't know who Jose is, but I have a feeling that he knows all kinds of things about the internet. You can see this right now. Yeah, so actually, this is a very cool, Jack did a very nice website. He just launched this. He didn't do it, obviously, but his wife and his estate is doing it. And I really, really like the feel of this website. I hate making websites. It's always so complicated. Isn't that lovely? So there's his iconic picture. It just looks, it's such a nice site. I'm really very proud of them for all that. It just really, I don't know, they did such a good job. He was such a hot guy. He's only 5'4", which is crazy when you look at Josh, who's 6'2". And there's Elaine, and they just, like I said, they did a great job of, just building this. It just looks beautiful. Anyway, so I thought that somehow that picture looming over the shoulder, I don't know. I know there's a website for making book covers. You can also go to Fiverr. I also had a very interesting day today. I spent a lot of day on the computer, and I came up with a lot of resources. One of the resources, and I have to really follow this up, guys, is if you take a Bitly link. Everybody know what Bitly is? Raise your hand if you know what Bitly is. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Okay, so here's a good little teaching for tonight. Not Bentley, it's Bitly. So here's what it is. It's bit.ly. And you go there because when you get a URL from something, it's really long, right? And so I'll just share my screen again. Little tips and tricks from Forbes Riley. Shared screen. Too many things on my screen. I'm gonna make all that go great. Stop, move. I need 2 screens is what I do, but on a laptop it's hard. There we go, got that away, thank you very much. This keeps coming down and being very annoying. So, the point of this is Bitly, right? If you don't know what this is, you want to do this. But there's something way better than this. So, What this means is if I grab a URL, right? Let's say I go to Amazon. Stop doing that. Enter your password. Okay, I know you're going to keep annoying me while I do this. I don't know how to do this, so leave me alone. All right. So let's assume, not funny. All right, so let's say we go to Amazon, right? And I want to go to Edition. Type this in. You guys are all, can you guys see how it's like creeping in? It's very weird. Okay, stop that. So I'm on Amazon, and type in Edition. Right. Now, if I want to send somebody here, right, it gives me this long link. I'm going to take this whole long link, and they know it's Amazon, right? Okay. Now, take that off, go to Bitly, put that in right there, this whole long link, and bam, it makes it a short link. See that? So now I have this short link. It will do that with anything, so it's very manageable when you put that into I think they originally came up with this because Twitter only had 140 characters. But you put that in, now it's a little more secretive, right? But now I'm being told if you do A+, it will give you the stats on that. See if that works. Please come up. See, that didn't work. I thought that was really weird. Maybe it's only for, So I put that into our Google resources, and the link worked when I did it.
Did you have to put .a+?
No, and I'm going to show me. Let me stop sharing my screen for a second, see if I can go back and share something else with you guys. What stats? Stats about how many people visit the site. Let me just stop sharing this for 1 second and go to where I put it in Google today, because I started the whole thing about Google resources. I must have found 10 dynamite resources today that were just like I didn't know existed. They have something for everything. Hello, Mr. Joshua. Say hi to everybody. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Resources. I'm not going to share all my screens because, as Brianna pointed out yesterday, it's a little messy. Okay. Resources. I spelled resources wrong. Okay. So I went to here. All right. I'm going to just put this into the chat, and you guys figure it out, okay? Because it's really cool. All right. So this goes into the chat. There we go. So this was for a Kickstarter. I don't know if it's just for Kickstarter, and maybe that's all that it does. Kickstarter generated for our campaign. So you went there. It may just be for Kickstarter. If you put in the A+, it showed, like if I just put that in there, right? And I copy that into a URL, it showed, because everybody should probably do a Kickstarter at some point in their life. Bam, check this out. It shows you how many people actually went, maybe it's just for Kickstarter, how many people went and clicked on it. It just gives you this information that you can't normally get anywhere else. It's very, very clever. So that was a fun link. I wish it was for everything, but it's not. All right. So one of the things that's really important is that when you get into the internet is that you can find out who's looking at your site, how often they've looked at your site. You can gather all this information. And, you know, we talked yesterday about, if you're on the call yesterday, about testimonials, right? And how to get video testimonials that really serve you. Well, I'm going to tell you that when you can master the web and learn a little bit more than we all know right now, your business also moves forward, right? Okay, I want to check back with Brianna and the beautiful lady sitting next to her. How you feeling?
Okay.
Yeah, well, tell us a little bit more than just one word. You went through an interesting transition last week, and share with us.
It was very trying.
Well, explain why.
This brought up a lot of tension that's been on my shoulders for a few years, many years.
Okay, keep going.
And I'm still working with it. Now when I think about it, I hit a pillow.
Kind of funny, isn't it?
Yeah, something I never thought about doing, you know.
You know, it's funny that things that are behind us aren't real unless we make them real.
Right.
Unless we keep hanging on to them. And I think one of my favorite ones was when Pat White became Reba McEntire. I love that. Did you see that thing that we did with her?
Mhm.
You know, you just pretend you're someone else, and your life is different. We're so busy being ourselves. We're so busy. There you go. Jeremiah just had a massive breakthrough. Jeremiah, what just went through your head?
Well, you know, I put on an act every day when I go in front of the inmates, but and it really it takes me to a level of my being that I kind of want to emulate. But it's kind of, you know, I'm nice. I believe in people's dreams, but I can also, and I do apologize about my language, but I can be a dick, you know. And yeah, I was just connecting it, and yeah, thank you.
Well, it's funny because I know how much I've evolved over the last couple of years. I'm nothing like I was a couple of years ago, but it's still me. I could have at any point chosen to be this person. So Stacy, you could at any point choose, you know what? We have to watch this movie. I haven't seen it. What's her name? Who's the blonde, overweight chick? Very funny. Amy Schumer. There's a movie. I don't know the movie, but I love the premise. The premise of the movie is she's overweight. She's not secure about her whole body. Everyone always kind of picks on her. She feels less than. She's working out in the gym. Bam, she hits her head, wakes up, and she believes she's a supermodel.
Mm.
But she goes to the agency, like with Naomi Campbell, and says, no, I just don't think I want to, you know, I don't think you guys could compete with me. Well, I don't know. She walked down the street, and I only saw the trailer, but I love the concept.
Yeah.
She stepped into somebody else's belief system. If you're stunningly beautiful and you're 5'10" and you look like a model, don't you think you have a different experience in life than Roseanne Barr? And so you look in the mirror, and what if I've never done this one. You know, we always do a mirror exercise. But what if we looked in the mirror and we taped a picture of your favorite person to that? And that's who you think you become. Not that you need to be anybody else, but your internal mindset shifts. When you wear a nice outfit, you walk differently. When you wear sweatpants, you walk, don't you?
Yeah.
You know when you're dressed up, I look good. Or I just feel kind of schlumpy. So if you look, you know, and by the way, you can only look out. You can't see your face.
I do apologize. Did she freeze? Can you guys still hear her?
Am I there?
There we go.
Okay.
We can hear you now.
There you go. Okay. So it's very, very interesting that you don't have to be you. So, Sarah, if you weren't you, who would you be?
If I weren't me, I never thought about that.
I want everybody to unmute. I want everyone to come up with this for a second. Come on, think of that. If you weren't you, who would you like to be? Physically, I think more like physically. Just, Brianna, who would you be?
I think I would be J-Lo.
I think you'd be,
I've always wanted her butt.
Chris would be, you know what? I don't want her butt, but I love her face. I would be J-Lo too. Tucker.
I have a lot of people I want to emulate. You know, I like.
No, not emulate. Just physically, when I look in the mirror one day and go, God, I'd love to look like that.
Tony Stark or
Jeremiah.
Arnold. Who doesn't want to look like Arnold? I mean, goodness gracious, I grew up on him.
Josh. Dude, Arnold's got funny teeth. He's goofy. But I'd want to look. If I were a boy, I'd want to look like. All right, hang on to it, Joni. I don't want to take too long. Joni. Everybody unmute. Just out of curiosity.
Jane Seymour.
Oh, I love that. Yes. Karen.
Not sure.
Don't be not sure, guys. This is not a quiz. You don't have to be sure. I mean, I'd also like to wake up and look like Angelina Jolie. You know,
I'd just like to look like myself when 30 pounds less.
Okay, well, Karen, we're playing. Play bigger. Play more fantasy. Just have fun with this. I don't need you guys to be so serious. Leah.
Beyonce.
All right, I'll take Beyonce too. Just one day. I don't know about the thighs. The face, maybe. The thighs, I don't know. Stacey? Stacey? Can't hear you.
Unmute.
Yeah. Come on, Stacey, help me. Get with this. We got to get this quickly, you guys.
Charlize Theron.
I would do Charlize Theron too, man. I love that girl's face. Oh, that's perfection. Yes. Regina.
Oh, I know.
Regina?
Tyra Banks. I like cheekbones.
Some days she looks super hot. Yeah, you know what? Jose. Oh, Jose seems to have frozen. Susan. Welcome to the call, my Susan. How are you? We have not seen you in a while. You have to unmute or we can't hear you guys. You try to look down and see the little line through your microphone and know that you're not.
Oh, microphone. Where am I looking?
You're good. You're good.
Okay. Victoria Beckham.
Oh, see, I would take it. Yeah.
One of the skinniest Victoria Beckham.
There you go. I love that. All right, so welcome Scott and Jethers and Jose and a couple of people we don't have here. I want you to meet somebody very special. Some of you have talked to her on the phone. Everybody say hi, Jether.
Hi. Oh, hi.
Hi, Jenny.
So Jether
Hi.
she's working with us as our virtual assistant. And I wanted her to take a couple of minutes and share with you guys what a virtual assistant does for people. Jether, do you mind?
All right. I'm most of the time I do transcription. I also do some scheduling, also social media accounts handling, and also some calls. A lot of things, almost everything.
So one of the things that an entrepreneur suffers from is that we don't have a lot of time, correct? And we have tasks that perhaps somebody else could do with us, right? Can you guys hang 1 second? I just need to make a quick little, hang on a second. Okay. All right. So some of the tasks. Let's think. Everybody unmute. Again, I only need you to mute it if you're just making noise. I like the idea that we can interact. That's the whole point of this while the group is still small. So what is the task that somebody else could do for you? And think about it quickly. I do not want to wait. I want my guys, especially people who have been to Forbes Factor, you need to be on it. You need to be thinking faster. These calls are important. They're in, they're done. So let's go with Doris. What's something somebody could do for you?
I want to say cook my food.
Doris, I can't hear you.
I said accounting.
What?
Accounting.
Accounting. Maybe. Tucker, they can cook your food, but it's a long way from the Philippines to do that. So try again.
Write emails for me.
Write emails for you. Okay. So one of the things that you need, and I'm working on also, is that's not helpful. Remember that what do you want? I want money. I would love to hear something a little more specific because somebody can't write emails for you. What could they actually do long distance that they could really get done for you? How would you explain to her what you need done?
I need my Facebook lives downloaded to YouTube and posted to all my social media sites.
Great. That's actually something that's very helpful. Jeremiah.
Editing. I've invested quite a bit of money into editing my book because that's just I don't have a degree specifically to go back through it. I can go ahead and learn it, but I just don't have time to go and learn those skills right now, so I pay for it.
Okay, Leah.
I have a lot of notes that I have to take through different businesses for my business, and I need someone to categorize my notes that I have on my notebooks.
Good. Karen.
Set up some organization systems on my computer.
Okay. Chris, do me a favor. Be really careful about confusing us by writing too many things. Let's all stay focused unless we ask questions. I don't want to distract anybody. Joni.
Customer follow-up.
Customer follow-up. So what would you tell someone to do?
If a customer was trying to get a hold of a package or wants to know the status of something, they would have the appropriate store to look at everything to see where that package went and could follow up to the customer right away instead of waiting for me to do it.
Okay, good. Regina.
I would have someone source for products for me. Well, I have an Amazon business and I would like for someone to source for the products.
Okay, that's a bigger task maybe. Stacy.
Manage social media posts and scheduling.
Okay, let's talk about that for a second, Jether, because I'm still a little confused. How does somebody long distance manage social media posts for somebody? What do you actually do?
Usually I get the account or the background or what we want to be posted, and then also most of the time the person that hired.
Oh, she just got muted.
She just got muted. How did she get muted? Others, I don't know how you got muted. Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Now we can hear you, yes.
So, like you, for example, Forbes, you're gonna build a Facebook page, which you're gonna make me one of the administrator, so I can do postings, even replying or editing your page, that specific page, not exactly your own account.
Got it. That's it. Well, you know, I guess you have to trust the person you're giving it to.
Yeah, exactly.
That's interesting. Hey, Scott, Scott, let's introduce you and tell us who you are and what you do.
Hey, my name is Scott Martin. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you great.
Wonderful. Well, I am recovering from a long-term disability. I'm doing life coaching, and I'm also on the job market. But my main thing I've been doing every day is putting a very positive, encouraging post in a Facebook group, trying to make people take a better look at their day and appreciate what they have.
I love that. What was the disability?
I have heart failure and endocarditis. I've had 4. Hello?
Oh.
Hello?
I lost ya. Oh, didn't I?
I can hear him.
I can hear him.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. And I've also been giving out small loans to people around the world who are desperately poor, trying to help them have the ability to make money for themselves. Hello?
Hi, Scott. Sorry, my system froze for a little bit. How did you find out about our group?
Actually, Jether is my virtual assistant.
Nice. And what do you use her for?
Well, I use her for updating various web pages and Facebook pages. And she also makes cold calls trying to find hot leads on some business deals.
Congratulations. What is one thing that's, so I didn't hear the disability. I apologize. My system froze.
I've had heart failure and 4 heart surgeries for aortic valve replacements and endocarditis and pericarditis. So I've been 11 years on disability, and I'm trying to get back into the job market. I'm a life coach. I'm certified, And I also have contacts with the poorest of the poor around the world. I used to be in relief and development with Food for the Hungry. And I've got a little project of helping some very poor people care for orphans in Kenya and Uganda, Nicaragua. I'm working with the prison ministry. So I'm a very, very small philanthropist.
Nice. Well, as you can see, Brianna and a couple other people want to reach out to you. What is your first memory in life?
My first memory in life, probably at Christmas. I'm sitting on the same room that we've lived in since I was 2 years old. My mother is 91, and I come every 2 weeks to kind of watch out for her some. So,
what do you remember about that Christmas?
my brother got a cannon, and I thought that was the coolest gift. It was a Civil War cannon. It was about maybe a 4-foot long plastic cannon that shot real plastic Civil War balls. So I just thought that was the coolest gift ever.
Were your parents both in the room?
Yes, and my grandparents also.
And what decision does the little boy make about life based on that moment?
Life is good. Life is good. We had a close family.
So so it doesn't surprise me that you're a very giving person, and the moment that you remember is all about giving. You guys, all my team, all hear that?
Yeah.
That's very much tied into, if you had to predict what his first memory was going to be, it would have been something like that. I continue to think this is the most fascinating question and work I've ever done, because it's so clear. So the person who's answering the question has no idea that we know what we know now, right?
You know, the most valuable tool for a life coach is a good set of questions.
Maybe. I don't know if I agree with that, but okay.
It is.
Who certified you?
Expert Ratings. It's an online company.
That's an interesting concept to be sort of good. I'm glad, and that's exciting. How many clients do you have in doing what you do?
2.
All right, good. And how do you go about getting clients?
Well, I have a ad on Yelp and on Google and word of mouth. So.
And where do you live?
I've started this about a month ago.
Oh, congratulations.
I live in Lexington, Kentucky.
I've been there. I like it. It's very green.
It's a beautiful place.
All right, good. Well, congratulations and welcome.
Thank you so much.
We have a very unique group of people. I am surprised, though. I invited a lot of people onto this call, and I really have to understand why they haven't jumped on. So maybe each one of you would do me a small favor. Would you go to Permission Granted Productions? Permission Granted Productions.
Now?
You can, or you can wait till later, because I want to know what the process is. I want to know, I think that may be a stopping point for people. And if they can't get through, we either have to make it easier or more informative. But each one of you will have an opinion about that process, because that's the website we've been giving to people. And, you know, we built it, but we're trying to make it better.
Email is helpful. That, you know, if you want somebody on and they get that email giving them permission, and that's in their box, that's easier, I think, more accessible.
What do you mean?
Well, I get an email giving me permission to get on this call.
But I don't know you. I'm putting out an ad saying go to permissiongrantedproductions.com.
Okay.
So I gave out flyers just recently saying go to that site. And so as business mentors, which you all are, if you want to look at it and either just type, Chuck, your thoughts, I would really appreciate that. I think it's a good exercise. Sometimes you learn best what you teach best what you need to learn. So you'll look at it and you go, oh, wow, I like it. I don't like it. I didn't understand it. It wasn't as engaging. Make a recommendation.
Awesome. I like that. Thank you.
No, it's a fascinating process, because we actually, I'll share something with you. I just got this from somebody I'm working with. Let's see, while you guys are all doing that, I'll share my screen and I'll put my Outlook. Because we are constantly trying to grow this part of our enrollment to, keep the team growing. I have a Forbes Factor coming up next week. It will be the biggest one that we've got. It's actually very, very exciting. And I think I got this from Carly today. And it's funny because I got this from a company and I came back and I had all kind of comments. It's funny, you can see it when it's not you. She sent me this and I was like, kind of like, really? How did you guys not see this? So they sent me these graphics to start promoting it. Yeah. And I looked at this graphic. You guys all see that graphic? Can y'all see it?
Yes.
And I thought, you got to be kidding me. This is horrible. The picture's great. The feeling is great. But let me ask you some questions. Where are you going? What is the call to action? In fact, I'm not even going to say what's wrong with it. Let's use this as a teaching moment. Brianna, look at that ad, that whatever they made for me, and tell me what's wrong with it or what would you fix?
Well, the box looks like I should be able to hover on it and click on something for permission granted. So if that's getting me to do something, great. But if not, then I'm lost.
Okay, and this is a professional graphic artist. I'm lost too. Tucker, what are you seeing?
I love it, to be honest with you.
No. No, what you love is the feel of it.
I love the box. Permission granted. Maybe if it sparkled at me.
Right, but it's sparkling, but if it doesn't take you anywhere and there's no call to action, what's the point?
You don't know.
Why would you put, and this is just me kind of looking, so here's what I said, a couple things.
And I have no idea how to get to the call.
Well, it doesn't make any sense at all. So number one, it's not a Facebook thing. We have a URL. So if it could say, look, the first line needs to be a headline. Are you looking to make more money? My first thought is very visual. I can't read that. It looks like a lot of lines. I have to really think about reading it. So you didn't really look at it. You went right to permission granted, and you have no idea what the question was. Yes?
Right, true. Yeah.
So I might want to put some physical thing about money up there if that's the point. I don't need exclusive one-time offer because that's not real. It doesn't add anything. Are you looking to make more money? That's cool. Go to permissiongrantedproductions.com. Bingo. Then now get this. This is how technical I am. And this is why I do what I do. I don't know what Forbes Riley is. I don't know why there's a picture of a pretty girl there. Is that Forbes? I don't know. I've never heard that name. Doesn't sound like a girl if I don't know her. So I said, put my signature right here so you know it's me.
Right.
And then secondly, it doesn't include a free call. So that's one. Hang on, there's another one. We did good technical graphics, but there's a graphic artist and there's a marketer. What do you think of this one? Regina.
I like it, but they didn't put your website on it.
Well, they did, but you just can't find it.
Oh,
That's
okay.
And that, you know what? So this was obviously not made by a marketer. And that's the part. It's really, so I love the title. Looks like gold, although I don't know why the two ends are faded. Looks like a mistake. Again, this is where, hey, go to Forbes, go to Billion, whatever it is, go to something.com now. That's the answer to the question.
Yeah.
So it's just really important to understand, I think. There's one more. Let's go back.
Oh, we didn't about it. Okay.
And then the third one is this. And again, same kind of idea. I think that, do you guys see my screen?
Yes.
I think this is a silly font and hard to read.
Yeah.
It just is. What's the point? I love the shape. I think it's all cute. Again, this doesn't help me any. Forbes Riley's Billionaire Business Coaching. One time, it's just a bunch of words. It doesn't drive me anywhere. And this is the problem I have. This is why I did so well in infomercials. You'd read somebody's copy and it would just be baloney. You're like, what are you saying? You have to really understand who's the audience, why are you doing it? So of those three, which one do you like the best? 1, 2, or 3?
2.
Put your thumbs up so I can see. You like 1, Tucker? You like 3, 2, 1? Joni, somebody give me your fingers. 2, 2. I think because we like the rich feel. Brianna, which one did you like best? I think it's just a question of its, So that's one of the reasons that you do a little test group. You really test things against each other. It's an interesting way to kind of build your business, which is one of the things, by the way. So let's see who's who's coming to Forbes Spectrum? Who am I going to see next week? Raise your hand. I'm going to see Decca. I'm going to see Karen. I'm going to see Doris. I'm going to see Chuck. I'm going to see Stacy. Regina, what are you doing, girl? We need to see. We need to see. We can't change your life. We can't see you. And Jether, at some point, we'll have to fly over here because it's too much fun. Hey, Tucker, are you coming for the whole thing?
I'm coming for 3 days.
Cool. And actually, Jether just said I can make you a perfect one. Well, Jether, guess what? I'm just learning how to deal with my virtual assistant. She's very talented and very good. I just don't know how to ask her the right questions. I am very used to working with people who sit next to me. And Chuck, you can attest to that. I don't know. It's hard for me. I want to grab her and bring her here for a while because I don't communicate well by it. It's like, oh, could you do that? Could you do that? Anyway, I have to learn to virtually do this better. Jether has to teach me how to be a better worker. So that is what I'm up to. Who would like to share something that they're up to that they want to share?
I do.
Hello, Tucker.
So I'm making cold calls and I'm to students and recent graduates, and I'm asking them what their pain point was when they were graduating college, and I'm solving that pain point through my coaching program. And that's what I'm up to. And for the pitch mastery coming up, I am starting my pitch, so Forbes can really work with me on it.
You're starting, I didn't hear that.
I'm starting to structure my pitch so I can really get help next week when I'm in front of Forbes. Because she will ask you, hey, what's your pitch? She will tell you, get in front of everyone. And if you come in knowing what your pitch is, then you're setting yourself up for success.
I'm still working on the pitch. That's good. That's good.
Mm-hmm. Well, the last time I went, I didn't really know what I was doing. I had just quit my job and I was like, I need my motivation. And now I've started a company and I have a lot of prospects, so now it's becoming clear on what my pitch is.
That helps.
Mm-hmm.
That helps, yeah, to get it fine-tuned. Well, okay. I'll say something. Besides the YouTube, I'm doing the Patreon account, which I'm not really sure how it works, but I now have 2 Patreons. So these are paid people who want to actually see my content, which is making.
Wait, what is Patreon?
Patreon is a format that is set up for people to have subscriptions to your product or your service, or what you're trying to get across. And the free classes or the free information I give off of YouTube now, more specifically, will be on the Patreon account. So people actually have to go on that platform and subscribe to get the specific things that I don't put on YouTube, which means I'm doing videos pretty much every other day and editing so it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But at least now I'm not just depending on, the dollar.
Who else is Patreon right for?
Anybody know about it?
No, so tell us about it.
So Patreon is a platform that is as loose as I would say the YouTube. It's a very free type platform, and anybody can go on there and have a subscription-based platform to get across their knowledge, whatever it is. It's not so much selling an actual product; it's selling what you know. So if you're teaching something, or you're demonstrating something, and it's on a higher level than maybe the YouTube will be, you can get subscription. People who will subscribe to your so-called channel or your format in order to learn what you have to offer. So it's a subscription-based platform where you can put up videos for whatever you're trying to get across yourself.
Is it like Udemy? Do you have to create an entire course to be on this?
It's not like a formal course. I didn't want to do a formal course because that's like writing a book. That would take so much from me that I would not be able to do the other things. So I can put the same, a little bit higher quality of what I'm doing already with the YouTube. Yeah, that's his promo. It's a little bit higher quality than the YouTube, but you have to put up content over and over. It's not like writing a book or doing a course where you may spend 6 months doing that course and then you put it up and it's just that one course that you will have them click over and over. I have to put content every month to keep my subscribers there and wanting
to get paid. We're using the idea of patronage, which is actually a really cool idea.
When he went on
If it weren't for patrons, we wouldn't have Romeo and Juliet or Mona Lisa. Mozart, Shakespeare, Da Vinci, they all had patrons. Mostly aristocrats who paid them to create so they could enjoy their works and brag to their friends about how cool they are for supporting creators. Yeah, so it's kind of like that, but better. Creators of every kind, podcasters, YouTubers, musicians, writers, allow their fans to become patrons or members. Patrons set a monthly subscription style payment for the level of membership they want. Like for $5 a month, you get early access to content. $10 a month, extra videos. $20 a month, behind the scenes stuff. You name it. This provides creators with a sustainable income while retaining full creative control. And it allows fans to connect with them on a whole new level.
We have the flexibility to create without having to necessarily worry about how that's going to impact us financially. And that level of freedom is, I can't tell you how important that level of freedom is.
Thousands of creators and creative teams are using Patreon to run their business their way. They're doing what they love, and they're being paid to do it by the people who love their work most. So if you're a professional creator, start a page and give your fans the opportunity to become patrons.
Now, as a creator, do you have to pay to be on the platform?
No, but they take a portion out. You know, they take a percentage out of what you make. And they set up the whole, I don't have anybody who's really showing me how this is done. I'm learning. So there's a lot of, learning curve of how it's done, but it's a platform so that you can have the audience all over the world as well. So.
And you have 2 paid people who are paying you right now?
Right. I just started, this month, hopefully I keep them engaged. You have to put up new content very quickly. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but at least I'm getting, like my son says, 3 times what I would be getting from YouTube. YouTube, I have 12,000 subscribers. I have 600,000 viewing hours, but I still don't get the money that, people think you get from it. So this is a way of actually and these people probably came from that platform and wanted more specific things. And it's very—
How did you get 12,000 subscribers on YouTube?
8 years.
Well, I've been on for 8 years. I have 2,000. I mean, I have 2 million hours of viewing, but I don't know how you get subscribers. How did you do that?
Gosh, the last, I would say 2 years is when I took it seriously. And this last year, I've exclusively videotaped and did it myself. There are different things I'm finding that are working, and that is more frequent uploads, certain types of content, the research I have to do. It's a full-time job. It's a full-time job. And there's no money in it right now, as you probably know, even with the 12,000 subscribers. It doesn't even make a dent till you get to 50. I need 50,000 subscribers for it to even make sense. But, this is where I'm at right now. And I'm learning just research, the last hour.
Let me just ask, what is your name on YouTube? Where do people find you?
It's not that easy. I mean, I'm Susan Elias Couture. I also use the names Fashion Unfolded. And so both of those are hooked up. Because the name was put in there in the very beginning, I haven't changed it. It's very hard to change your name, so it's still Susan Elias Couture. But if you Google Susan Elias, you'll probably get me as well. So,
because I think this is interesting for everybody. Like I said, I spend all day on the internet. You could spend your life on the internet.
You can spend your life on the internet is exactly right. And the research is not.
Well, it's always changing, which is why I think it's a little frustrating.
Yeah.
So you have 12,000, there you go. And you only have 51 videos. I have 2,000 videos. And I have 2,000 subscribers. That's why I'm asking you. If you have some insight into this, I think we'd all like to hear it. So
when I couldn't sleep at 3 in the morning, I looked at an article. You know what? I will
Hi everyone, Susan here. Okay, log 6. I should be monitoring each one of these panels on the understructure of the corset on my lace gown project.
This is a vlog that I'm doing
Log
now.
7, we're going to take it
that I'm
and put
doing.
it down on the flat, true them, pin them together so we can get this whole section finished on the understructure corset of the lace gown project. Come on this journey with me. Okay, that's what's next.
You're adorable.
Oh, thanks.
What do you edit on?
So I'm just doing the basic on the MacBook Pro. I'm just using, you know, the iMovie, and I'm doing it very freeform.
Filming?
I do my own filming. I do my own content. I do my own editing. I do my own research. I do everything, and I still have to, you know, I still have to figure out how I can survive financially.
Okay, so Susan, one of the things that's missing from your video.
Yes.
Is a call to action right down here. See this area? www.freegiftfrom, or whatever it is you want people to go to, because you're not getting any emails from this.
Right. I have it all in the description, but that's not good enough.
No. I'm watching the video. I want to. You know what a lower third looks like?
Yes. Yes, I have it on. Yeah, and the SC, believe it or not, is my subscription button.
Right, but people who don't know this,
I will not know that. I know.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other thing is you're spending a lot of, again, I love that you've got a lot of teaching, but one of the things that I'm seeing here is that you put it all in here, and that's great. I appreciate all that. Very spacey. I wouldn't have as many spaces in between here. People don't need to scroll. They like to see things up top. The second thing that you're not taking advantage of is the SEO in your description.
What's that?
Yeah, and you don't want to have all these spaces. It's way too much. Well, I'll show you. So take a look at, what's my girlfriend's name? Oh my God, I'm spacing on her name. Fitness girl. You know what? I'm totally spacing, but you want to see how it's done right. It's really amazing. Hang on a second.
Susan. Not Susan.
No,
she's Jillian.
Her name is
Jillian Michaels.
It's totally escaping me.
She's a guru.
Jillian Michaels has a good site.
And my video
but not YouTube.
Again?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Michaels. Okay. I know. She's a good fitness and workout and health, I think, right?
Froze. I think Forbes froze again.
Oh, really? Yeah, I see. Yeah. Oh, boy.
Hey, Susan, how'd you get your logo on top of your YouTube page?
The logo. Oh, God. That logo is 30 plus years old.
No, that's not what he's asking. He's asking, how did you get a clickable logo on your page?
How do I get a clickable? Oh, the
Yes.
SE? Oh, the SE. They're on YouTube. When you upload your video, you have options where you can actually have the subscribe button put on all of your videos. When you have that option, that's actually when it's actually on YouTube before you actually make it live, you can do one that is custom. And I think that's what my son did that. I think he did that for me because I didn't do that. I did just the basic one. It allows you to go there and put a subscription button on all of your videos. It'll just put it on all of your videos, old, new, whatever. But I don't know how he made the custom one somehow.
You know how to do the, I go to your homepage on YouTube.
Sure.
And it says Susan Elias above all your videos. It's like a Facebook cover photo.
Right. There is a rectangle box there where you can implant whatever image you want.
Right. So that's on her. Tucker, do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I do.
And there's no box above yours?
A box.
Yeah, there is. Here, go to here. I'll show you.
Okay.
So on mine, same thing. There's a space right up there.
Yeah.
On your channel page to put whatever you want.
And you can click on it, just like on a Facebook, where you can double click on it. It says change photo.
Oh, there we go.
You can do
the next thing, I don't know if you guys know, there's a couple of fun things that you can do in YouTube. So if you go to YouTube, I'm hoping my computer doesn't stop. Can I see where it says edit video? This is really important. Not everybody knows you can do this. So when you go to edit video, many of you never go this far. I should make it a little smaller. Is that what I want to do? You can go to enhance. You can actually, you can go to enhance here. And one of the things that you can do is you can actually trim a video. They took this feature out and then they put it back.
This is the most fun.
So if you wanted to trim your video, you literally upload it right away from your phone to YouTube. Go to the trim button here, and you can split the video anywhere you want. You guys all see this?
Yes, yeah.
You can split, you can cut, you can save it as a new video so you can keep your original. You can add, there's all kind of amazing things that you can add.
Screen, yeah.
So you can add titles underneath, you can add subtitles, you can add an end card. You have to remember that at all times.
It's very important. The end card is a new thing that I'm doing on all my videos, and it's super, super important.
Well, but Susan, I got to tell you something. So I go over here, and I'm going to find no one's ever getting to the end of my videos. How do I know that? Because I look at my analytics.
Right.
And most people spend about 2 minutes watching my videos.
I get about 4.
All right, because yours is teaching, and it's great.
Yeah.
In fact, I went to this the other day, and I don't know if you guys have ever been behind YouTube, but you really should spend some time doing this. So it shows here I've had 2 million views my entire time. I make no money on this, which is bizarre.
I know, right?
You can find out all kind of information. So where do you see time spent? Watch time. Here, check this out. Why is it not going to watch time? You want to take this information, analyze it, and use it. You can find out where in the world people are watching you.
Right.
You can find out everything you need to know. I mean, it's actually spectacular. And actually, apparently I've been on YouTube for 11 years. With 2,000 videos and not much engagement, because I can teach the stuff, but I don't necessarily do it all, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard because it's expensive if you don't. I mean, I used to hire filmmakers in the beginning and here and there, and it's very expensive, and you don't put up enough content. You have to be able to put up the content, and it has to be consistent.
Well, okay, so let's talk about content for a second, because content really is king. You've got an iPhone, right?
Right.
Your content doesn't need to be perfect. Susan's might, because she's teaching and she's a high-level couture person. Most of us need to be way more engaging. You shoot your Facebook, you hit save, you hit upload to YouTube, and you've got content in minutes. And then maybe someone like Jethers can help us make it a little better, add a little something to it. But I got to tell you, if you're not utilizing this, you're not moving forward in your business. So to that end, it's almost 9 o'clock. We have to welcome Jonathan Bates, who just showed up tonight. Hello, Mr. Jonathan and Cassandra. Hello. Hey, Jonathan, are you coming to Forbes Factor next week?
Yeah, I'm just coordinating with Chuck now.
Nice, nice. And then Cassandra, you're also showing up. I'm very excited about that. I can't wait. I will tell you, there's going to be the largest group we've ever had in this space. I can only go to the capacity we're having. There is no more room. And what a year. What a journey this has been. Somebody's got me kind of weird. Somebody needs to mute. Jonathan, will you tell everybody what you do?
Yeah, I go ahead and take business owners and work them out of their business so that they have more value in the end. Because when you sell your business or franchise or pass it to your kids, all of that has to be done without you. And so your business is more valuable when it runs without you. So we help you capture your systems and processes and your thought process for taking things, adding value to it, and delivering it to the customer. And we make it teachable so you can pass it on. So sell it, franchise it, pass it to your kids, anything you want.
Good. Well, I love the fact that there's no word bomb in there. That's a big step forward.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
And you know what I mean, yes. And I will tell you, after 2 days of pitch class, that pitch that you just did, because who wants to, raise your hand if you want to do business with him right now. Raise your hand. Okay. So who wants to learn more? Who doesn't care? Be honest.
Yep, I need to work on that caring, guys.
No, it was interesting because you missed a moment. You should have been able to close everybody. You're missing the piece of the pitch that just closes down people. Does that make sense? I liked it, and I get more, because by the way, he's very successful. It doesn't need me to do this, but I will tell you, when you can close that down.
Yeah.
All right, good. His smile was great. Oh, I love Brianna. She's so cute. No, his smile, trust me, Brianna, I told everybody on the call yesterday that I am a very tough teacher. There's a lot of tough love here because success doesn't come easy. A friend loves you the way you are. I don't need way too much to leave you that way. And I am never going to tell you that you're the best, I mean, unless you are. We all know the drop the mic moment. But usually I take everything that you do as a teaching moment because we can all get better. I got to tell you, I'm working with Olympic athletes. Is it my business to tell them that something sucks? Yes, because nobody else does. They are the best at what they do to a point. Most of them have no marketing skills, no pitch presence. I don't care that you could shot put or run a race. Yeah, you got the medal. That's how I make some money off of it. All right, Jonathan, what's your biggest struggle at the moment?
Biggest struggle is focus. I just started another company. A whole bunch of our customers have been asking for sales training, so we partnered up with Grant Cardone and started selling his product, but with our guys taking managers, sales managers, and being able to implement. It's high accountability, high implementation, and high return on investment, measurable stuff. So you can send a salesperson to a seminar and they get all excited for a little bit, or give them a book to read, but you don't know what page they're on. So it's hard to measure your return on investment for what you're putting into your people. But with us, I can see exactly how much training they're doing a day, how long it takes them to pass a quiz, if they're absorbing the material or not by passing or failing stuff. And I can look at that on a daily basis, compare it to their sales for that day, and we can tell and make adjustments to build people up. Or just like any other sports team, if somebody's not playing to the level that we want them to, we trade them off for somebody else and we bring on a new player. But it gives the owners the ability to make that decision instead of being all nebulous. Like they can't really tell if somebody's really trying or anything like that. So we take all that out and we start doing that. So focus between the business advisory firm and the sales firm.
Interesting. Hey, so we've got, just for everybody on the line, we've got Pitch Mastery, 2 days, the 7th and 8th, 3 days of Forbes Factor. That's the 5-day package that we offer. 3 days after that, though, on the 12th, 13th, and 14th, is Billionaire Business Mastery. Jonathan, if you would like, I would love you to stay for that.
Yeah.
Think about your schedule. I mean, normally, I don't, and actually what I would ask you to do is I would not charge you for that. I'd ask you to participate a little bit. Because I think
Yeah, I'm here to help every chance I get.
All right, so Chuck, let's have that conversation with Jonathan, who, by the way, at 10X also was one of those people who invested in 100 spin gyms to get my time, which I owe the other half of him to.
Yeah, we worked out a better deal, though. We're going to hang out in Atlanta and stuff like that.
Well, yes, actually, it's good, and we're still not finished. And Josh was still in my life, and by the way, Josh has now gone vegetarian.
Nice.
Yep, and during Forbes Factor, if you guys are up for it, is it Jether that maybe needs to mute? Somebody does. I don't know what the noise is. We did last time a keto fast. We did 3 days of kind of different. Oh, it's not a fast. I don't know. Is people like Leah? You lost 5 pounds during my class. Will you tell everybody what your experience was?
Can you guys hear me? Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, my experience was really great. So I decided to partake in the reboot, and I did not have solid food over the 60 hours and drank a lot of water in between. And my experience was really great because I was so clear and focused. And we started around, 10 a.m. and had, what some people would consider really long days, but we went from 10 a.m. sometimes to 10 p.m., 11 o'clock, and we were all just energized and focused, and we bounced off of each other's energy, and we could have kept going. We had to literally stop, but it felt really great, and I didn't anticipate losing weight. I just happened to step on the scale, and I looked, and before I had started the reboot, and then afterwards, and I thought, wow, I lost 5 pounds, and I felt really light just in general overall, but it was a really great experience.
And so far, Stacy's lost 40 pounds sticking with the program. So, and it's funny. Yeah, I know. It's been pretty amazing. It was a pretty amazing experience because to have all that mental stress that we go through in Forbes Factor and then add in this layer, everybody shined. Jody came home. She was glowing. It makes it that much more interesting. And then we've had lots of people make money off the program. So it was all kind of a 1-2 good fit. Today was a little bit scattered. Let's see. I'm just happy to be home. I've been on the road for 10 weeks. Let me tell you, it has been challenging. Thank you. Just coming back to my family, coming back to myself. Josh is now living with me, which is amazing. He is also vegetarian, and he's going towards Mr. Universe. It'll be interesting. I don't think he's ever been a vegetarian Mr. Universe. He is firmly committed that he's getting enough protein from potatoes and rice and vegetables, and he's in the kitchen. This man, we did day 1 today. I haven't made it a formal course, but I'm going through it. You're welcome to join me if you want. So day 1, I went to the gym with him. Now, you have to want to do this. I'm at a certain age where I'm also a fitness expert, and my fitness has slipped a little bit. Yes, you can follow me. I'd love to follow. By the way, here's my Facebook, just so you know. So Josh and I have this Facebook page that you guys all need to chime in on. Love Story Times 2. I just love the fact that we're in love and smiling and laughing, but we're also getting this fit thing. And then my personal page, guys, you can all put your Instagram and stuff on there. Forbes Factor, and then I got one that's Forbes_Riley. Anyway, but Love Story Times 2 is kind of cool. I also did something I hadn't known to do before, my Facebook Live, and I don't know if you guys know this. I'd only been doing it to my friend page, but you have the ability to do it to your fan page as well. Did you know that? Yeah, these are little tips and tricks, and the more you stay connected, the more fun this gets. And if you're out there, just kind of, I got Brianna and Leah, make sure you're connected to me. Here's a funny thing about Facebook. So I will say the best part of being in a group like this, and this is why you want to tell your friends, they really should consider joining Wednesday. I teach too much tonight, so I actually do a little bit more of a sales call, but I don't have a lot of new people online, so it is what it is. And I think it's because Permission Granted Productions doesn't excite people enough to get on this call. That's why guys wanted you to look at it. Something's stopping people. Something is not allowing them to easily sign up for this, and we need to tweak it. So reach out to Chuck and give him any and all suggestions, because you guys are on it, you know how valuable this is, and people are missing out. One of the things when you have a group like this is you get resources faster. Then there's 5 resources a day that you could probably really use on our private Facebook page. I'm not letting anybody in the page who's not on Wednesday's call. That's my new thing. If you're not in the call or part of Forbes Factor, I don't need you. I need people who speak the same language, who are committed, who, Brianna, do me a favor, don't leave it here because it goes away when we stop this call. And I agree with you. So if you want to email him, that will get to me much better. So if you go to Facebook, I just found this out today, of all things, because it's a changing world, and my goal for you is how to make money easily so you can live the rest of your life with more fun. I'm going to tell you, you guys still need to refer people to the Forbes Factor radio show. I don't know anybody on this call who's got anybody on it at the moment. And if you don't know what that is, maybe next Wednesday I'll show you. But it's how you can make $500 by picking up the phone. And Nicole writes, if you don't know the value of your time, others won't either. I think that came out of last night's call. So check this out. I go to my page, and I don't know if you all have, who has a business page? Raise your hand. Who does not have a business page? Who does not have a business Facebook page? Seriously? Okay, quickly, the difference between the two, and this is what you get in Billionaire Business Mastery. Friend page, 500 people, 5,000 people is all you can have. In a business page, the sky's the limit. There are different functionalities for them, different ways they reach people. You can you want to have both. Jonathan, it's a great idea. Friend page is one you use as an anchor, but fan page is so much more interesting for so many, and Facebook pays attention to it differently. Anyway, the point of that is I have a bunch of accounts. I have a personal account. I've got all these people. So I thought you could only do live on your personal page. But now apparently you just hit your fan page. I have 800,000 fans there. I didn't realize that I could do that. So all of a sudden my engagement today, normally Brianna, when you do a Facebook Live, how many people will be watching it?
Depending on the time, maybe like 10 on the actual live video.
Right. So on my business page, I normally get about 1 to maybe about 1,000 views at the end of the day. These are 1,000 views. I had 6,000 people watch this. We were in the gym today, 1.4 thousand. The number is astronomical, completely different. And so I'm going to say that Facebook has different algorithms for business people versus personal people. Makes sense to me because they want people to. This is the other thing that really pisses me off about Facebook, is that if you do start to buy ads, they punish you by not letting your post be seen by people until you buy more ads. Anyway, it's an interesting conundrum, but write it off on your taxes under publicity. Okay, any other comments, questions, concerns? I still think you guys need to be bringing somebody on this call. Let us make money for you. Let's enroll them into Wednesday's call because we're kind of missing out. I know that we get value from it, but the value for everything is how much you can push it forward. The art of enrollment is what life is about. So in Pitch Mastery, we focus on this, to excite, engage, and enroll. If you don't do that, you don't have customers, you don't have clients, you don't have people who are fans. It is a very unique time in this world where that's what it's all about. And you don't need a lot of people to be your fan base. But if you're not making the money that you want and living the life that you deserve, and you know you deserve it, you got to start taking action, okay? You got to start getting that newsletter out or that Facebook, not doing it all. Can I post on my business page to come to call? Of course you can. You know what? Absolutely. You just do permission granted. That's why permission granted productions, that page has to be more engaging. We got to really tweak this. I'm meeting with a mentor on Sunday who makes about $100,000 a month online. Who wants to know his secrets? I do. So that's what this whole last couple of days has been about, how to enroll the right kind of people, how to understand from Jonathan how to get your business ready to sell. There's so much that you could focus on, but I only want you to focus on the things that make you money, make you happy, make you more engaging. Regina, we're going to march at your wedding someday. I know we're going to do that. Get you laid. I don't know, whatever. I'm sorry, Terry, whatever. Did I say that? Well, no, but you know what? It is about what makes you happy. And part of us are missing that. Money. How do I know money doesn't make us happy? Did you guys see my video when I went walking in Scott's garage? Scott had his Mercedes with the 12 VA, whatever engine, the Ferrari, the Rolls, the convertible Rolls, the Ducati. And he walks around that big old house of his going, I just want to be in love, Forbes. You're so lucky that you get to go to bed with the man that you love. I'm like, can I have a Rolls for a while you're bitching? Because I don't know. It was really kind of like, wow. It was at that moment that you truly go material meant not. I mean, he loves it, but what? So this gets happy first. Then you embrace those around you. You reach out for help. You do something outrageous every day. And you start to build that dream. All right, the last thing I'm going to share with you, vision board. Does everyone have one? Regina, who does not have a vision board? I don't have a current one. Jonathan, you have one? I went over to a friend of mine's house, and he had the most organized vision board I've ever seen. I will tell you, I'm going to make this an exercise because I think it's about accountability. Nobody really wants to do it on their own. You know, it's like, oh my God, I got to sit down and cut out pictures and do all this. It's more fun with the group. Yeah? So we hadn't been doing them in class for a long time, but when I just saw his, it reminded me that if you can't see it, if it doesn't smack you in the face every day what your dream is, you forget. The phrase that I am living by, though, is that you get what you tolerate. And so back to Joshua, I spent 2 hours in the gym today. And I worked my rear delt and my side delt. I didn't even know I had so many delts. Fuck, I had like 16 delts here. Rear, side, front, I don't know, whatever. It was awesome. It was very motivating. You know, at one moment, it wasn't hard either. This one was crazy. It's a lot of sets and a lot of reps. But it wasn't like, oh, you can lift 50 to a burnout. No, you just do it very methodically. And to watch him work out has been a very unique experience. You know, I think I got what I asked for. I wanted somebody who was the best to work with. And I got to tell you, I don't know, I manifested. There's no logic why this man walked into my hotel room. I didn't go looking for him. It wasn't Tinder. I had it in my mind that I was ready for this door to open, and literally the door opened and in he walked. So if that's the case, and we like to use case studies, all I can say is I wanted it. And now I am training with what I think is one of the most proficient athletes in the world. This man builds muscle like nobody else. Uh-oh, I lost you guys again.
No, you're good. You're good.
Hello?
We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you, Ford.
Yeah.
No.
We can hear
Your
you.
face is frozen. Your voice is coming over.
We can hear you.
While she's coming back, I put in a link for a podcast that I just did.
Awesome.
At the end of it, it has in the show notes, it has a gift from Jonathan, and it's all of the first thing that I teach about vision. It has a video with my partner and I. It has examples and stuff like that. So it's not the vision board, but it's actually for your business. You know, starting from the very beginning. If you guys want to take a look at that, just go to the show notes, click on that, and there's a little click funnel. There's no cost, but it's something that I'm trying to pay for.
Hey, Jonathan, do you still power lift? I mean, look at your shoulders, man. They're gigantic.
Oh, I'm getting ready to have shoulder surgery next month.
Never mind. They're huge.
both biceps need cut off and reattach, and both shoulders have 3 tears. So when that's done, I'm going to be working out with Josh.
Yeah, dude, it is amazing. I mean, goodness gracious. I did what I've copied from his Facebook Live, and it just destroyed my shoulder. It was awesome.
Oh,
that's why Forbes has such big shoulders.
Wait, let's see your shoulders, Joshua. Come here. Come here. He just walked in the kitchen. Come here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's down.
Come here. I'm going to spin you after doing my delts. Come here. Okay, so, hello, Joshua.
What's up, big guy?
Hey. Come on, let me see it. I want to come on, Tristan.
Just look at that. It's crazy.
Take it off.
Let's just brag.
Take it off.
No, we're just bragging about it. Come on, take mine off too.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap.
Oh,
dude.
The gun show.
So when you look at, let me see. When you look at this, doesn't that look amazing? It's like so awesome.
Dude, that's crazy. Just like his rear delts are just so formed.
Yes,
he
I know.
Like a dictionary with all that definition. It is crazy. Right. What are you, like 4% body fat?
I don't know. Well, but he's also vegetarian, which is crazy. But based on his work, I will tell you, it was so inspiring to be with you in the gym today, because every time I just look over going, yeah, okay. So the way he works out just defines what? Just defines. Yeah,
informs each muscle.
Well, that's what I think is interesting. That's what his whole program is about, is how to tone each muscle. So I'm thrilled. This day one. Look at his rear delt. Just pops.
Dude, look at all, you can see the strands of muscle moving around underneath that thin layer of skin. That is awesome.
It is kind of interesting, isn't it? I've never experienced this up close. Look at Jonathan just smiling from ear to ear.
But like you can see where it like connects from muscle to bone. That's really cool.
Well, so here's what I'm learning, is that we've created a program that anybody can do this. So, I mean, day one, I don't think you're going to see much, but give me a couple of weeks. So, all right, I'm trying to be optimistic here. How about we share screen and I find a really fun song. Everyone get out your spin gyms.
God, dude. His triceps, too, though. That was crazy.
Oh, I know. Wait to see his abs. He only does one exercise for abs, guys.
That's it?
One exercise. Jonathan doesn't know what you did. What do you need? One exercise, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and none of the bullshit that everybody seems to be doing in the gym. It's kind of scary when you walk around and look, and now I see everybody doing everything wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Time. So we're going to do, two things that are going to happen coming out of this session. We're going to start doing spin gym classes live from the studio, because I think we all can have some fun motivation. If you want to train with that guy, if you want muscles, I mean, I got a little bit, but I can't wait to have a delt. Oh, I am working on my delt. I'm just excited. Because I've been working out my whole life. I've never quite seen what he does, you know? So, And
Yeah,
every time
I still weightlift with powerlift. They're all doing it wrong.
they are doing it wrong. That's what's so crazy. So in honor of Joshua,
It's good to see you, Josh.
Hopefully it won't freeze.
Love.
Come on, everybody, get your spin gym out. Come on. Jonathan, where's your spin gym?
My girls have them.
No, we do this. This is what we do at the end of the night.
I know. I'm sorry.
Oh, you missed it out, dude. I got to get you another one.
Yeah.
Come on, Mr. Joshua, I need you to come here. Come on. You look way better than this guy. Look at Tony and Doris go. Right here, I got one for you.
My girl has my
Come on, let me see it.
I got the same job.
Stand right here. No. There goes Brianna. Brianna's neighbor needs to see it.
I'm too sexy for your party. Too sexy for your party. The way I'm disco dancing. You know what I mean? And I do my little turn on the catwalk. Yeah, on the catwalk. On the catwalk. Yeah, I do my little turn on the catwalk.
Come on. Dude, I just want to watch. Come on.
Too sexy for my car. Too sexy for my car. Too sexy by far. And I'm too sexy for my hat. Too sexy for my hat. What you think you know what I mean? And I do my little turn on the catwalk. Yeah, on the catwalk. On the catwalk. Yeah, I shake my little touch on the catwalk. Too sexy for my hand. Too sexy for my hand. Too sexy for my hand. I'm a model, you know what I mean? And I do my little turn on the catwalk. Yeah, on the catwalk. Yeah, on the catwalk. Yeah, I shake my little tush on the catwalk. I'm too sexy for my cat. Too sexy for my cat. For pussy cat. I'm too sexy for my love. Too sexy for my love. Love's going to leave me. Too sexy for this song.
Well, that was fun. We've never done that before. We may never get to do that again, but that sure was fun, Joshua. Thank you very much for playing along with us.
Thanks, Josh.
All right, so I oh wait, actually, Brianna just popped up something, and then my interview with Dawn is scheduled to air on the 6th, 8th, and 9th.
Yes, ma'am.
What does that mean based on inventory?
Well, it could be more based on like how things shuffle out those days, but it for sure is going to be those 3 days.
Nice. In answer to your question, Miss Karen Rose, go to funwithforbes.com, and that pulls up the page where all the videos are that we shot today. We shot about 5 of them.
Is that Fun with Forbes?
Yep, Fun with Forbes, because what we did today, I was very excited. And again, I've got a whole new theory on wearing a big hat and sunglasses so I don't put on makeup. This is my Gary Vee look.
Looks great.
You know what? I was trying to figure out how not to stress out. People are like, that's not your brand. You got to wear makeup. I'm like, I can't. When I want to turn Facebook on, I don't have an hour to go put the lashes and the makeup and the screw it. Here's my hat. If I have to wear sunglasses, I will. So we then came home. We made a huge salad, dressing with no vinegar, no oil. Everybody turn off your, everybody just mute for a second. And it's crazy to be with someone who is so insanely committed. This is, I guess this is the kind of the last turning point in my education. I have been studying, whether it's Eastern medicine, Western medicine, Pilates, I've studied so much. He's the missing link. No pun intended. I have never in my life gone to the kitchen with somebody who, cheating is not an option. me share something with you. When we want to cheat, which we've done before, and had pizza and beer, whatever we wanted, but he's on a program. He's going to win this competition, which is not until November.
Mm-hmm.
He won't have a cheat day. It doesn't even cross his mind. And now that we started doing all these vegetables, I'm actually liking it a whole lot more. And I'm watching him morph. He went from a chicken and rice guy to a vegetable guy and a fruit guy. And it's been fascinating to watch the philosophy as to why, but the dedication and commitment, I just do posing for him. I'll do the posting. It's actually very funny. I am really, that's actually, so Jethers and I are going to have a long conversation after this. I've learned a lot. Being in the gym with him today was my very first day ever, where I said, okay, you take the steering wheel and I'm just going to show up. I will do everything you tell me to do. Without question. The man's a machine. The man's a machine. When I'm in the gym, I go, oh, I want to do this. I'm very fickle, or I'll go dance class, and so I've always been. Meanwhile, by the way, in between sets, I actually stretch and do some other things. But he's like, boom, 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 boom. Like, damn. And it was fun, and I can't wait to get it out to the world, because I think people need to really understand it. That was never his focus to have it. He doesn't train anybody, by the way. He'll tell you one time kind of what to do and expect you to do it. So what I've come to do, nobody is you. The system needs to be there. You need to do the reps so people can work along with you. Because when you get to like 9 sets of 50 reps, you're like, so making it a system. And I'm a huge fan, can you tell?
So are we.
And I don't get that impressed. And you know what else is great? Is he's not a bodybuilder. He's not a wacko. I've met those guys. I work out with those guys all the time because they're my fitness models. He doesn't talk about food. He just does what he does. And then actually in the other room, he's now editing. So it's kind of been really cool. If you could talk about Forbes Factor, we want more people on Wednesday's call. It's highly motivating. We are now digging into about our 6th or 7th month of this, and Jonathan, you haven't seen this in this class tonight, because we didn't really do any major breakthroughs like we did last week. It's not always about that. It is about bringing on celebrity guests. It's about teaching. Tonight we learned a little bit more about YouTube. We looked at some other websites. It is about sharing resources. The group takes on a structure of its own. We help anybody when they need it. I get in there and do my Forbes Factor stuff on people's, whatever. Hi.
Mm-hmm.
And there she goes again.
Okay, so
that's probably not the pose she wanted to exit with.
hey guys, make sure you leave a review for Perdition.
Yes, and anyone can leave one. Just go to Amazon and then type in Perdition, and I believe anyone can leave a review. You're muted.
Yeah, you're mute.
Jonathan, did you see my new book? Who has my book?
Yeah.
Jonathan?
Oh, I got you. Boom.
Yeah, Perdition.
We're all very excited about this. Let me tell you, that's going to be a part of Forbes Factor. This
is right here.
How to get your book out. Having a book changes everything. It really does. Karen, I know you know that, but most of us have had a book in our heads and not out in the world. All right, on that note, I'm too sexy for this broadcast. I got to go. Bye, you guys. I'll see you next week.
You have a good one, Forbes.